All right, now that we're live, it's much better. All right, just 4 minutes. So I'm going to add to this
LinkedIn Live event. I'm thrilled to announce a deep dive into our 8-time international bestseller, The Lessons We Learned from COVID-19. This isn't just a book, it's a global anthology featuring 10 extraordinary authors from 4 continents sharing their collective reflections. We're breaking down hard-earned strategies for leadership, business, and personal resilience that are more relevant now than ever. In a world that never stops changing, the wisdom we've gathered is our greatest asset in preparing for what's next. That's why I'm inviting you to join our exclusive LinkedIn Live session to hear the real stories behind the chapters. Mark your calendars for Thursday, July 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's time to engage. This is your chance to engage in Ask the Author conversations and get direct insights from the minds behind the book. Whether you're a leader, an educator, or an entrepreneur, these strategies are designed to help you navigate the future with confidence. The theme is simple. The lessons of yesterday are the wisdom that prepares us for tomorrow. Don't miss out. Save the date, join the conversation, and let's build that wisdom together. See you there.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome, Nanda. We're live. Welcome. So we are live. We are live. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. You have so many places to be, but you decided to come and join us. Today is our book. We are bringing the book, the international bestseller, an anthology written by 10 professionals several years ago. 10 of us from LinkedIn and then different places came together and decided to write the anthology headed by Annie Olson. And so we did it, though. We did it. It has been some years. So today we are coming together to revitalize the book. We want to make sure that people know about this great book. It's a resource. It's a history resource. It's not just a book. It's not just a book. None of us experienced pandemic in exactly the same way. All 10 of us. Our cultures were different. Our professions were different. Our countries were different, but we came together. There's nothing like working together. Yet we all discovered several incredible, powerful things. Yes, that adversity has a way of revealing resilience, creativity, leadership, faith, and hope. So together we wrote the book, and that was the 8th international bestseller. So today we are bringing it to life again. Many new professionals have joined us since then. So we want to make sure that all these professionals know about our book. We are bringing it to life. So I'm going to call the leader of the anthology, Annie Osun, to speak. Tell us about the book we are talking about.
Definitely do that. Look, thank you so much, Professor. Thank you for hosting this event. Really great that we're live there. And welcome our friends. Christy, I see you. I haven't got control of the buttons to what someone has, so I can't do much for that. So Christy, I do see you. Christiana, that's from your name, you're here as well. And who else do I think? Michael, if you're Martin, I call you Michael. And I see you as well. Welcome all of you. Yeah, so this conversation is about amazing book, lessons we learned from COVID. Yeah, love the book that it is, which I was privileged to be part of. Well, to be part of the organizing. The simple idea was the pandemic brought massive change to our lives. There was that the first time in our lifetimes that we've experienced anything that big. Something that shut everything down, something that changed the rules. Schools closed, workplaces closed, going out was banned. Nearly every country had some sort of lockdown. So even businesses changed. Suddenly, where people used to go to work 9 to 5 every day, suddenly it's like working from home. So the pandemic brought real change that uh, we know it's going to happen again. There's going to be another pandemic. No, nothing ever happened to us. So uh, our thinking was, if the pandemic happens again, another pandemic happens, what do we do? How do we prepare? How do we respond? That's what really drove this book. Now, so of course, like when we were planning the book, Dr. Ava and I, Dr. Ava, we were a business partner at the time, and we planned the book because we wanted to share strategies to use should there be another pandemic. Could we have written the book ourselves? Of course we could. Like, anyone can write a book, right? Within reason. Like, if we had written the book ourselves, we figured the content would be richer, more meaningful, and more complete if we involve other authors to write a chapter in the book each. That, my friends, is what an anthology is. A group book written by several authors who contribute a section, a chapter in the book. And it's such a joy to work with Dr. Roxana and Miss Margaret, who's here today. So that there are 7 other co-authors that you will get to meet them as the weeks go on. And say, like 2 years after publishing the book, and the book's literally gone around the world, it seems a good time to bring back to life, the stories in the books, and also the stories of our co-authors and our authors. It would be great if we get to know who they are, get to know their journey, and hopefully connect with them and go and buy the books. We are just in the process right now, today, of creating a website for the book. So it seems a good time to bring everything back, back to people's awareness. Of course, now the website is going to include our author bios. It's also going to include the services and the products that we've created, that we know. I know, for example, Dr. Roxana, when we published the book, Dr. Roxana had no books. Now she's got 9 books published. So, I want everyone to know what those 9 books are. Miss Margaret also, now she has 2 books out, a workbook and a guide on parenting teenagers. If I'm wrong with Margaret, do correct me, right? And of course, you see Dr. Marcia on screen. Dr. Marcia is one of our co-authors as well. And she's put me on book number 7, at least book number 6 as we speak. So everyone has done amazing work since we published this book. We want you to know who we are, how we help, and how we got to be where we are today. Hopefully that's enough, Dr. Roxana. I'll give the mic back to you. Professor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. So I'll give the mic back to you.
Okay. Well, thank you. Let's go to Margaret. Margaret, speak to those who are here. We have a lot of people here. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you, Christina D. Williams, Christy D. Williams. Thank you, Omolanke. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate your being here with us. Christiana Yemi, thank you. Natalie Thomas, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for cheering us up. We want to wake the book up again. We want to make sure that everybody knows there's a great book out there about the COVID-19, because there's nothing like history. If we do not learn from history, we will not know how to handle it when it comes again. It is a great book. Actually, the book is timeless. this book we're talking about is timeless, not just a pandemic era release. Okay, the lessons will outlast the moment. The lessons we learned will outlast the moment. So we want to make sure that this book is live. Maybe every week or 2 weeks, or maybe 1 month, we come back and say something about this book, or even more from the authors. It's a global scope. So it was written by 10 authors from 4 continents. So it was a lived life experience. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you. We have another co-author here. She needs to speak to you. That's my friend, Margaret Martinez. Go ahead, Margaret.
Thank you so much, Professor Roxana and Ennio Song. I just want to thank you all for having me here. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. I really wish Dr. Marcia, our co author, was in here. Um, and so many other co-authors like Professor Roxana said, there's 10 of us. And of course, because of Ennio's song, we all created lessons we learned from COVID-19. And I'm really glad that you are keeping this alive, Annie and Professor Roxana, because COVID-19 is still very active, right? Here in the United States, we see it all the time. It's never going to go away. So, this is why this book is really essential. Um, all of the stories, and I continue to hear stories from other people. I met a gentleman in California who lost his wife to COVID-19 and then lost his both his parents. The stories are still out there, and it's just a blessing to be a part of this book and this anthology that we were able to put our stories down. And he had a great idea with, hey, let's tell your story, how it affected you, and it affected me in ways that were very traumatic. And but I'm very grateful for every day that's here, and this is why I live in gratitude, because we're here today and we're gone tomorrow. So we might as well make the most of it and the best of it today, right? And yes, Annie, I do have some frameworks and some guides out. I have the family connection, returning to your voice, and that's a woman's confidence, uplifting and inspiring for women. And also the man in his voice, because it's very important for men to be able to have that voice. And yes, so I have 4 in the human edit connection, and they're all listed up there. And just very important to be a part of that. And of course, I'm just going to go back and say, hey, Annie, you began this. You began this whole framework and everything. So
Yes.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Margaret. We appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see. We still have our Natalie said, hello, everyone. Please excuse my tardiness. No, you are not tardy. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you coming to join us. You're not tardy. Thank you. Kristen D. Williams says, hello. Christiana Yemi says, hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for coming. Well done. Says, well done. Informer Michael said, hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. Okay, Christy told us it's from Florida. Christy D. Williams says it's from Florida. Welcome from Florida. Thank you for joining us. And Onoma said, hi. Thank you. And this is Jones from YouTube. Jones from YouTube, thank you for coming from YouTube. Thank you for coming. All right, so our book is timeless. I already said that. And by the way, the beginning of the book was any or songs, but we have whatever he told us to do, whatever he told us to do 2 years ago, we did so that we could complete that book. And later on, he actually published, is it four of my books. So right now I have nine, actually 12 books, but any published four of them, I think, four of them. So we said, thank you so much. And with this series, we are talking about it, uh, not one of, we set expectations on how this is going to be. We come back every time to celebrate this book and remind people that it's still live in Amazon. This book is still live in Amazon. So there you are going to read the practical strategies to survive emergencies, leadership lessons, diverse perspectives, and timeless principles. Because 10 of us, even though 10 of us experienced the COVID-19, we wrote 10 different stories. My own case, I had a twin boys during COVID-19. I had twin boys, grandkids, and we managed, actually, I don't want to say managed, I don't want to say that. It was just God. Their life today is, I can just say God. My daughter and her husband, they were doctors during the COVID-19. And when they leave in the morning, we never knew that they will come back. When they left the house in the morning, every day when they come back, they count the number of patients that died. Some of them will be at the door. Before they come in, they are dead. So sometimes I keep asking myself, uh, who am I that this God? I know that that's a God. I don't know if you do, but I know. Who am I that this God is mindful of me and my family? And lo and behold, my children, those two grandchildren, the twin boys, they're alive today. They are 6 years old. And if you see them, they are so strong. I don't know. I don't know if they are strong because of COVID-19. I don't know, but you better be careful before you talk to them. And my son and my daughter, she's a doctor, and her husband, they survived the COVID-19, even though they went to work every day treating patients. Sometimes they came crying because many patients were dying, many deaths, so many awful stories. There were so many things. I was teaching during COVID. So we had to be forced to go back. We were forced to go back home and teach from home. So I learned how to teach online during COVID-19. I learned how to teach online during COVID-19. I had to go to University of Wisconsin and learn how to teach online so I could teach my students from home. And that was what I did because we couldn't help it. We had to go back home and teach from home. And you can imagine those students did well. Sometimes you come back to school the next day, they will tell you that three of your students who you saw or who I see through my screen, it was you see them face to face, but they don't see you. So those who came to school the previous day may not come the next day. In fact, some of the teachers who came to school maybe today, next weekend you hear that they died during the weekend and they weren't even sick. People who were not sick were dying. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I don't want to start crying. I don't want to remember everything that happened during COVID-19. I just want to, it's like we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate that era. It was just, we need to celebrate it. That is why we brought this back to make sure that people know, people need to know about COVID-19. Uh, we want to reinforce our experiences, the determination to overcome the universal disease. See, the lessons go far beyond COVID-19. They help us navigate disruptions and build resilience for whatever comes next. Because you never know. You never know what is going to come next. But what I'm saying is this book should be a history resource. It should actually be a history resource somewhere. Okay, so we know this is the beginning. We will keep coming back. We will set expectations for the future episodes. If we keep developing this, talking about this, our grandchildren will hear about it. They will know about it. And by the way, this book is in Amazon. I think, Annie, can you put the link? Can you put the link in the... Hello, Annie, can you hear me? Hello, Annie,
Yeah,
can you put the... Yes. Can you
I
put...
can hear you. I'm just let me get the link and put it in the comments.
Yes, because if you haven't read the book, you want to pick it up for you or your grandchildren, they need to know what happened during COVID-19. Just in case we see another event like that. So we know how to handle it. If there is ever any other event like that, we will need to know how to handle it.
Let me welcome Deborah. How are you doing, Deborah? Thanks for joining us. Say hello. Look, the QR code on the screen is, it's probably the easiest way to try and get the book.
Say that again.
QR code on the screen. There's a QR code at the top right of the screen. Also a QR code on my background. I'm on your way, let me know. So that QR code down there, that will take you to Amazon One, as we call it.
Okay, I didn't actually get that, but go ahead.
So the QR code at the bottom of my screen.
Did you say it is frozen?
No, the QR code will take you to Amazon One.
Oh, okay, I see.
So on the one link, you get to
Amolanke
choose.
is saying good evening, everyone.
Yeah, of course. So on the one link, you get to choose the local Amazon store. And then from there, the book will be on your screen. You can buy the ebook, which is it's a taster. That's where we see it, right? Yeah, so the electronic version you can download, and then you can also buy the print book. See, the way books work is that we want you to buy the ebook to read the book to get a taste for what's in the book. And if you like what you read in the ebook, then we would be grateful if you put the print book. We want this book, as Dr. Roxana said, it's timeless. It's relevant from now to the day we all die, and even beyond. So we want this book on your coffee table. We want this book in the hands of your friends and family. Since there will be another pandemic, be another COVID. Hopefully, it won't be worse than the last one. You never know, right? And the one thing we will say, the one thing you learn in all our stories, as Dr. Roxana said, is that the strategies that helped us to survive have also helped us to thrive. And so it's more than just overcoming the pandemic. When you read the book, you realize every author talks about how to really make progress in life. You have to find your true self, how to find your true meaning, your true goals, your true meaning, and how to live a happy life. That's what it's about. For me personally, COVID was probably the first time I made me realize I'm human, and I really could just die tomorrow. That's my take from the pandemic. Yeah, so I suddenly realized if I die tomorrow, like the world may not care. The world may not even miss me. And I think that sort of that realization has had a big impact on pretty much everything I've done since the COVID days. Uh, you have to read the book to find out what I mean. It's like, to summarize very simply, none of us here has time that is guaranteed. The only time we have that we can be sure of, certain of, is right now. The present, as we call it, right? The gift, my God. You know, in reality, we could be gone in 2 minutes. Uh, we could certainly be gone by tomorrow. So, but a pandemic like COVID makes you realize that you haven't got all day. You need to begin the solutions that we have, the gifts that we have. That if we truly want to impact the world, we need to start now, later, not tomorrow, not next week, but to start right now. And so that has affected everything I've done, and it's a joy to see that all the co-authors have gone on to bigger and better things. Since writing the book. So now clearly, we're not just talking; we're also living the message. The time is now. Do what you have to do now, and let's begin today. Let's see where you are tomorrow. So, Professor Roxana,
Yes, sir.
what what was your maybe like what's been your journey since you published this book?
Yeah,
How,
as you broke up, I wasn't able to hear all that you said.
how has your life changed since we published Lessons We Learned from COVID?
A lot, a lot. Every day, I know that it's a gift. Every day is a gift because I lost some friends. Actually, I lost some colleagues. That was one of my fellow teachers came to school on Friday. On Monday morning, um, he did not show up and he was living alone. So nobody knew where he was. So they sent a message to the children because the students were waiting for him. The children couldn't explain where he was. The students were waiting for him in class before they told us to go home. Lo and behold, the children checked the house and saw that he died. So he died during the weekend. Nobody knew. That was a lot of experiences, some good, some bad. So why wouldn't I be happy? Every day I wake up is a blessing. Every day I wake up is a blessing because some people didn't make it. Some people did not make it. Let me tell you, some books were written for a moment, but this book, Lessons We Learned from COVID-19, this book is written for generations. This book is written for generations. We learned a lot from COVID-19. Global Collection is a collection of wisdom, resilience, practical strategies gathered from 10 authors from 4 continents, experiences, most significant events in modern history. I have never had, since I have never had of an event like that. I've never experienced stuff like that since I was born. Practical strategies, diverse perspectives, leadership lessons. Did you know that some people, let me tell you one leadership lesson. Do you know that some people will hide, some leaders I don't want to. I don't want to delve into that, but some leaders were actually diverting the stuff for the COVID-19 patients. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah,
It was written on paper, it was on news. Some
yeah,
leaders found the, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So
yeah,
even when people were dying, some people took advantage of that.
yeah. I mean, like I said,
Yeah,
there was like corruption in almost every country. Now,
we learned a lot of
PPE,
lessons.
PPE became a problem, didn't it? Personal
Unfor-
protection equipment became a problem. So,
Unfortunately.
yes. But these are parts of life, my friends. These lessons, these things that we some discovered, that PPE were out of date in many countries, and many countries didn't have the right PPE. Of course, sometimes didn't have the right equipment. Hospitals didn't have the right masks, for example. I remember in the UK, some people had to make masks, make gowns, and so some people had to go to work almost like in a space suit to really protect themselves because COVID was very, very contagious. Is that the word? I think that's the word. Right? Very contagious, easily spread. Basically. Like, so you mentioned the number of people who died earlier as well. So many people died, and we're still arguing today whether COVID was a cause of them dying or whether it was the policies that the government put in place. Will we ever know? I don't know. So I'm not overly fussed about things the government did or didn't do. Because let's say it was a first for most, and everything. People were trying to do the best. Yes, there were criminals amongst us who were taking our money and everything else. They said they would, but touch wood, we all survived. We all here. Like I keep saying, the next pandemic is coming. It's not here already. You look around you, you see there's Ebola. South Africa. I'm saying, right. At the moment, they say Ebola is it's not a pandemic. It's an epidemic because it's not global yet. It could easily become global. Something else like bird flu might be. I mean, I say all that because COVID is not new. As I said the other day, Professor Roxanne, COVID has been around since the 60s. That's a virus. It just didn't go into mass application. When it did in 2000, in 2020, suddenly it became a problem. The next pandemic is before us. We just don't know it until it explodes. But don't wait until that moment before you do something about preparing yourself for for the future that we would never. Let's start doing the right things now. That way, if anything does go wrong, we are better. We're more ready. That's what this book is going to help us do. That's what COVID calls on us to do. Be better prepared. Be more aware of what's around you. Be more aware of your problems. Be more aware of your mission in life. You haven't got forever to be your mission. You don't even know whether you have to tomorrow to deliver your mission. Yeah, it's a strange way to live. You have to enjoy life, but also have to be focused on our priorities. Have to focus on our happiness, our health, our wellness. All of these counts. All of these were the things that came into question. So, Professor, yeah,
Yes.
right. So the fact that you're on book number 9 seems this publish this book? Like, is it that you're learning more, or is it that you are more focused?
I'm learning more. I just want to convert those books to audiobook. I'm working on converting them to audiobooks. And I'm still writing more, by the way, because every day you see something new. So the ones I'm writing now, I want to make them, instead of a book, I want to create a podcast from them. Create a podcast from them. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. No, no. Like, so an audio book is definitely a good thing, of course. Not least because people are lazy these days. Me
Because
included.
people just, yeah.
Me included. Like, I like to listen to books. Because like, I guess you get through books quicker. So I listen to audiobooks regularly every day. And the thing I'll say about listening to books is that it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to miss a few bits here and there. When I read an audiobook, I tend to listen to an audiobook 3 or 4 times. And you'll be amazed what you discover in the second listen, the third listen. Of course, the information is there. So somehow or another, maybe we turn around to do something else for a second, and then you've missed the point. Second time around, you'll be like, wow, how did I miss that? So doing an audiobook is a great thing. Like, if you record it, Professor, can I bring your recordings, and I guess we publish audiobooks. So I'll happily help you publish an audiobook.
Okay.
Or whoever else you want.
All right. And some of them. All right. So we are going to use these prompts. What lessons from today's discussions resonates most with you? I'm just going to ask these questions and throw it in there. What lessons from what we said resonates with you? Or do you have some more lessons you learned from COVID to put it on the comments for us? What else did you learn? What else surprised you? One of the things that surprised me were seeing people diverting what was supposed to be given to the patients who were suffering from COVID. That's one thing that surprised me.
Yeah.
I
think there were many surprises. For me, there were many surprises.
There were many surprises. So many. Did you notice that so many e-commerce businesses flourished? So many e-commerce businesses flourished during COVID. So some things that's always a positive, pros and cons of one thing. COVID made people rich. Some people got rich during COVID. I don't know if you noticed that, but I noticed that.
Yeah, people got rich. Many people lost their businesses, to be fair. Many have never recovered.
Yes, a lot. Yes, a lot lost their businesses, but a whole lot scaled their businesses.
Yeah, if you're in the right industry, like if you sold PPE, for example, those people sold PPE who made PPE and sold PPE, they made big money.
See this comment. See the comment from Damian Hunt.
Yeah.
It says, COVID showed us that we have no rights. She said, COVID, actually, maybe Damian said, COVID showed us that we have no rights. Yeah.
Maybe potentially, we've now getting points. argue for today.
COVID-19 showed me that life is short.
Yeah,
Life is short.
In an emergency,
You can
people
always,
have,
you just need to count your blessings every day.
right, people have to
Count
react.
your blessings.
And say, now, do we have no rights? Of course we have rights. There's countries where people have no rights, maybe. So we're not even close. We're not even, we're nowhere near those societies. We have a lot of rights and lots of wrongs.
Yeah.
Now, so does that mean that we are to be left to go and do ourselves in? The governments did what they thought best. No, I'm not going to argue about governments and the actions of any particular government. But I think our point today is partly that it's on us to take the precautions.
You need to hear this comment, Annie, from Natalie Thomas.
Yeah, I can see it.
She's happy to share that NMTR Solutions and Whole Healing Practice just purchased the first 2 physical copies of lessons. Wow! So she purchased 2.
Yeah,
2 books.
yes,
Thank you so much.
I see your
Thank
WhatsApp.
you. Thank you so much.
I
Your
think
company purchased the books. Thank you.
It made it worth our while, man. They say that people always want that. See, Professor, there's a reality that people ignore. So you spend a lot of time writing a book, you put all your effort into it, and then you leave the books on the shelves to gather dust, right? And I think now you and I and Margaret showing up today, and I say, and the eventual plan going forward, everyone has to revive their books. Don't just leave your books to gather dust on shelves. It will just gather dust. If you think about it, Amazon publishes 4 million books a year. 4 million books a year. 4 million. So in the time since our book came out, there have been at least 8 million new books. And this is just US authors, right? I'm not talking from around the world. So 8 million Americans have published books in the 2 years that have passed. So if your book is out there, where is it? Do people know it's there? Are people reading your book? If they're not, then start marketing the book again. Bring your book back to life. Let's have a conversation. I'm happy to have a conversation with you.
One more thing.
Go on, Prof.
One more thing. Do you know that AI was alive before COVID, but everything about AI started going higher and higher. People started knowing about AI, online teaching, remote learning, everything. That was when everybody learned how to do remote teaching, remote learning.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe one of the biggest surprises, again, surprises that we had during COVID. See, pre-COVID, if I said to someone, let's meet on Zoom, they would have been like, why? And because the world was just a bigger place, and people were further apart, right? And so you tend to go and visit people in person. I remember, in those days, I was having coffee chats every day. I was literally going to coffee shops to meet friends from network. As soon as COVID came in and COVID happened, suddenly Zoom became everything. You remember, Professor? You remember that suddenly Zoom took off? Suddenly everyone went to Zoom.
Yeah, I learned how to use Zoom then. I started using Zoom. A lot of them, we also started using the Teams.
Yeah,
Using
Zoom.
Teams. We started learning how to use Teams.
Google Meet, so Ms. Margaret tends to use GoBrunch. So again, I mention it because suddenly COVID brought technology to the forefront. Right? People who used to go and do the shopping in the high street suddenly start shopping online. Suddenly the online world took off during COVID. Maybe that's ever since COVID, it's got more and more usage.
Yeah. Online world took off during COVID-19. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Look, I still see people arguing about the merits of what people the government did.
So
I
when,
don't,
yeah, go ahead.
so I say I don't have much time for this argument. Was COVID real? Of course, COVID was real. Yeah, would the people do the right thing? Maybe, maybe not. But either way, when it happens again, what's he going to do? Same thing or nothing? Yeah, this is the point of our book. There's things that you can do. There's things that we did individually and collectively to prepare ourselves for the pandemic. So some people started farming long before COVID, and the food they grew is how they survived. And I can tell you that almost everyone suddenly began to appreciate that time is precious. So the need to take action to do now, not later, now, today, suddenly became really important. For almost all the authors in the book, the importance of relationships that became a big point. Again, don't forget that we suddenly couldn't visit relatives, couldn't visit our friends, couldn't visit our friends. Right? If you didn't live in the same house with people, then it was against the law to go and visit. Like I said, if that happened again today, what would you do? Which relationships would you prioritize? How can you make this relationship stronger now? That when you need the most, they will be there. People will be there for you.
You know, the greatest, okay, yeah, the greatest value in that experience is not simply surviving it. I survived it, but it's not just surviving it that matters. We need to take advantage of that. We need to share it so that people, what was that experience? They need to know about it. They need to learn about it so that they'll be prepared in case there's another one. So many, actually, some people still have COVID now, but it is not as bad as it used to be. Not as bad.
No,
So we
we
want to ask.
so we knew it was going to be like influenza. Right? We knew it was going to be like like the flu in the end. So I think we're there now, right?
So if you could give your 2020 self one piece of advice, what would it be? If you could give an advice to your 2020 self, what would that advice be?
Me personally, ooh, it probably be nice. The one lesson I've learned, like I said, is time waits for no man. If you think you have a solution to a problem, do it. So before COVID, I was, yeah, I used to live on fear. Uh, you have a good idea, but you think, oh, but what if no one buys it? What if I lose my money? What if I lose my time? What if I'm wasting my time? Or like the what if world that we tend to live. I think like COVID taught me, look, if you have an idea, just put it like try it, do it, and make it happen. Now, what's the worst going to happen? Like, if you do what you want to do, if you do what you're supposed to do, then either you're going to win or you're going to learn. That's a simple truth, and that's how it works, right? I think I haven't got time to wait until to see what happens. I'm all about take action now and then let's see what happens. Do nothing, if nothing's gonna happen. That's my big lesson.
Well,
What?
if you are here, I think I see another person. If you're here, we want you to share your greatest lesson. What was the greatest lesson you learned from COVID? What was your lesson? I just told you my lesson. My children, I had two grandkids, and we never knew they would survive. And actually, I was a teacher, and every day I go to school, but anyway, we made it by the grace of God. That is what I can say.
Yeah, yeah.
I always say that every day of my life is every day of my life is a gift. Life is a gift. I believe that life is a gift. That's all I can say. That's what I can tell my whatever I can do to help myself and others. That's what I'm going to do because life is a gift. So, what is the greatest value of experience?
Agreed, 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 agreed. No, I mean, there's so many more things. I think, since they're working on our relationships, being our genuine selves, living everything happens. I think, it's very easy to let life dictate what we do and how we do that. I think, COVID was a good reminder that we are in control of our lives. We're in control of our emotions. We're in control of what happens around us. We really are. And either we're going to grab life at the scruff of the neck and make life what we want it to be, or life would do what other people do to us. Or worse still, we might not be here tomorrow. Then what? It's too late, right? What do I say to my God when God says, "So how have you used your time on earth when you were alive?" And what do I say? Sorry, I was busy living in fear. No, that's not going to work. I was busy thinking small. That's not going to work. This is our time to truly do amazing things. This is our time. This is our moment. I really hope people realize that to myself. I think people realize it's your time to write those books. It's your time to create those solutions. It's your time to be the loving person who makes a difference to people's lives. It's your time to be building this £1 million business.
You're right.
It's all those things that we need to truly embrace and see that as fallible as we are, we're also amazing people, amazing people.
Every day you have is a blessing. So whatever you plan to do, do it.
Yeah, do it.
Plan to do, just do it. There's still time to write your book, Annie. Is that true?
For sure, for sure.
Still time to live your dreams. Time to start that business.
Yeah.
It's time to whatever you plan to do. It's time to do it.
Exactly, like my professor. That's so important, and I think we are very good at underestimating what life really is. Right? Let's chasing your dream, for example. I say, here's the reality, my friends. Here's what I've learned since COVID. Nothing is easy, right? Nothing is easy, and we all want to do hard things easy. It's not going to happen. Prepare to do extraordinary things to achieve extraordinary results. Simple. You have to do amazing. You have to put more effort than you can imagine into anything. Things will go wrong. Like tech will play out. Things will you're gonna run out of money. All these things are part of the course, right? What I've learned is if you truly commit to what you want to do, then you'll find a way to get it. It might take years, it might take months, it might take decades. But the one thing I see these days, Professor, a lot of people don't commit to what they really want to do. their hope is going to happen. I was one of those. I'm sure you were too. As you're writing your books, I'm sure every so often it crosses your mind that you are doing hard work and you're working hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes doing. That saying is what you do when no one's looking at you. That is so true. So, what are you doing in your life that no one can see you do, but it's going to take you places? Keep doing the hard work, and to prepare for the worst things to happen to you. They may well be. But when you truly commit it, when you truly say, right, come hell or high water, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do this.
One thing about it.
Go on, please. Please carry on.
Yeah, one thing about the book, about that book, or about our book, is that the pandemic affected every nation. True or false? It affected every profession and nearly every family. It affected everybody. Although our experiences were different, we discovered something universal. And what are they? What did we discover? Resilience can be learned. This is what I learned. I'm just saying that. Resilience can be learned. Leadership is tested during adversity. This one I must keep saying. Leadership is tested during adversity, because that time you could see what was happening and you just know. That's when you learn who you are dealing with. Hope is essential, because if you thought you had COVID, before you know it, you are already dying. Anyway, I remember, I don't know if you know about African spices. Do you know about African spices like ginger, garlic?
Yeah.
Do you remember them?
I know more about them now than I did before COVID. So.
African spices, they do wonders. I'm not a doctor, but I want to say that. That was how some of us survived. So you do what you had to do to survive. So having hope to live is essential. One of the lessons I learned is that having hope to live is essential. And preparation matters. No matter what is happening to you, no matter what the news you had, provided you have hope, you believe in, I don't want to, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I know when I say believe in God, people just don't like it. You got to believe in something. That must be something you believe in. So you believe in God. Hope is essential. Preparation matters. So this anthology captures those lessons from 10 remarkable authors. If you read the book again, they represented different backgrounds and countries. So today we are hearing from them, even if they're not here. Even if they're not here, when we get the book, we remember them. And thank you, Annie, for coming. Thank you for our Margaret. But when we pick up the book, I always have all my books on my desk. I remember them. So this is a Meet the Authors gathering. And we thank everyone for showing up for us and showing up for each and every one of us. So, Annie, I'm going to play. Do you want me to play that short video?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, do you want me to play the ethical AI?
Yeah.
Your decisions and your legacy. Here's the reality in 2026. Artificial intelligence is managing more of your money than ever before. It approves your loans, it sets your insurance rates, it recommends your investments. And most of the time, you never see how those decisions get made. We call this the black box problem. The math happens behind a curtain. You see the result, but never the reasoning. Now, here's my question as a mathematics educator. If you can't see the math, how do you know it's working in your favor? Algorithms are built by people, and people carry biases whether they intend to or not. Those biases get baked into the code. Then the code makes decisions about your mortgage, your credit, your retirement. Your financial integrity can be affected by computational vulnerabilities you never agreed to, data you didn't know was collected, patterns you didn't know were tracked. This is not about fear, this is about awareness, because awareness is the first step to agency. So what do? 3 things. Write these down. Number 1, audit your tools. Take inventory of every app that touches your money. Read the privacy settings. Yes, actually read them. You'll be surprised what you've agreed to. Number 2, question the output. When an algorithm gives you a recommendation, ask why. If the tool can't explain its reasoning, that's your signal to dig deeper. Never let convenience replace comprehension. Number 3, keep your human intuition as the final line of defense. AI is a powerful assistant. It should never be the final decision maker for your generational wealth. That job belongs to you. Now, hear me clearly. I am not telling you to abandon these tools. I use AI every single day in my own business. The goal is not avoidance. The goal is mastery. Master the tools without losing your personal agency. Strengthen your mathematical logic so you can verify what the machine tells you. That's what separates professionals who thrive in this. Not what you hope they're doing, what they're actually doing. If you hesitated, you're not alone. And this video is for you. Hello and welcome back. I'm Professor Roxana Ezenekwe, financial literacy advocate and founder of Roxy Easy Educational Consulting. Today we're talking about something most professionals completely overlook: ethical AI and how to protect your financial data in the digital age. And since we just celebrated 250 years of independence, let's talk about a different kind of freedom. Freedom over your data, your decisions, and your legacy. Here's the reality in 2026. Artificial intelligence is managing more of your money than ever before. It approves your loans, it sets your insurance rates, it recommends your investments. And most of the time, you never see how those decisions get made. We call this the black box problem. The math happens behind a curtain. You see the result, but never the reasoning. Now, here's my question as a mathematics educator. If you can't see the math, how do you know it's working in your favor? Algorithms are built by people, and people carry biases whether they intend to or not. Those biases get baked into the code. Then the code makes decisions about your mortgage, your credit, your retirement. Your financial integrity can be affected by computational vulnerabilities you never agreed to, data you didn't know was collected, patterns you didn't know were tracked. This is not about fear, this is about awareness, because awareness is the first step to agency. So what do? 3 things. Write these down. Number 1, audit your tools. Take inventory of every app that touches your money. Read the privacy settings. Yes, actually read them. You'll be surprised what you've agreed to.
Okay, what did you say about this video?
Again, I think the one thing we haven't spoken a lot about today, which COVID brought to front of mind, is the importance of building generational wealth, building wealth, and actually doing what is right for our family if we're not here today, tomorrow, the day after. And I said, and for me, it's part of the hurry up to do what you want to do for humanity. When we do that, our wealth will come. But I think the question is more to you, Professor. How important is building generational our wealth?
How important is actually important is teaching children about generational wealth is very important, because wealth transferred, when children know their financial literacy, is better. If it is not, if we did not teach our children financial literacy, then it's going to land, the wealth, whatever you transfer, will finish before the end of the first generation. This is what I believe, and I try to teach it. You know what? Nobody taught me generational wealth. I finished school. I had a degree in mathematics. I went back and had a degree in accountancy. Behold, I still did not know about my financial literacy. Do you know what made me divert from my 30 years of teaching to financial literacy? When I came here, I had to go and buy a car. So they told me they will check my credit. And they checked my credit. And they told me they will give me what is 20. Anyway, I don't want to say the percentage, but you know what? When they finished checking my credit, now I went back and found out that something, let me tell you, I already had degrees in my pocket. But I found out there's something called credit history in this country. I did not hear about that from Nigeria before I came here. And when I got my first credit card, I did not really know how to use it. And let me tell you, I was already 40-something years. I was already out of college then. But I didn't know how to use my credit card. I started learning. It was at that age that I started learning how to, what is actually credit score. So I don't want this to happen to another person. I want these professionals to know about their finance, to know how to transfer their finance, to know how to manage money. This is what I do know. And actually, make sure that those that are some people paying for subscriptions, they don't even know that they have these subscriptions for years. So that is why I think I told you, I have a video like that. I have a video that tells you that you can use AI to manage your money. You can use AI. Actually, they will advise you. They will advise you, but you don't have to take all the advice. But you can use AI to manage your money. All right. So did that answer your question?
Yeah, I think that's useful advice for all of us. Again, so maybe one of the things that COVID brought to us was the need to be more honest with ourselves, really honest with ourselves.
They need to do what?
We need to be honest with ourselves. We have to be really honest.
Oh yeah.
The days of saying money is not important is not true. Because I think during COVID, when we couldn't work, many people didn't get paid, right? That's what government says, flouncing around trying to find ways to create money and to create income for people. Say, of course, there's what was that thing? I'd say there was literally we got paid for not working, right? I forgot what that was called. There was a name for it. Suddenly, people were just getting money just to live, and say, we have to get honest with ourselves that we have to build our wealth. We have to build wealth, and the wealth is wealth basically means money that's more than just survival money. Money that is truly on a scale that we can change our lives, that we change our next generation's lives, we can change other people's lives. We have to truly build that wealth, and that we're not going to build wealth by being accidental. We only build wealth by being very intentional.
Yeah, I always feel that you can use AI to help you. Can I share another video on AI to help you? Okay, I'm going
on the screen, my friends. You see the link.
Be known for something meaningful. Build a reputation around your expertise. Visibility is a responsibility. Share your knowledge. Turn your experience into influence. Your years of learning are valuable assets. Use AI as an amplifier. Leverage it to expand your reach. Professionals over 40. Your wisdom is your greatest asset. Do not remain invisible. Be famous for impact. Share your knowledge. Be known for something meaningful. Build a reputation around your expertise. Visibility is a responsibility. Share your knowledge.
So what do you think about that? I'm just going to stop that.
We need to do the right things, as I was saying before. We need to do the right things to truly build our wealth. But we're not going to build wealth unless we serve more people. AI can help us to serve more people. AI can help us to track and to monitor and to come up with new ideas. But Prof, you're the AI expert among us. See, the money I was talking about earlier was furlough. That's what they called it here, right? Furlough. We got paid not to work. We got paid to stay in the same employer. So, Professor, what is your top tip for building wealth? I mean, I know you're saying let's use AI. If it's AI, how can we use AI to build wealth? How can we use AI for financial freedom?
You can use it for investments. You can use it for budgeting. You can use it for investing. So you can use it for, and I use a 90-day. I have a 90-day way you can use. I made a blueprint, and if you need it, it's free. It's a lead magnet. I can send it to you. I have a 90-day lead magnet that will help you for this because it happens to professionals, adults, and I'm telling you, there are some professionals who still struggle with managing their money. Because I remember I was already a graduate, still learning looking for how to, what actually does credit history mean, credit score, So I started reading about them, reading books about them, and because you don't really have to be a financial advisor. You don't need a financial advisor to manage your money or teach your children, your family, grandchildren how to manage their money or to preserve their family wealth. Because you can just pick it up, can just learn it. You can just learn it from reading some books, podcasts, so many books, good books, like from so many books already on financial literacy. But there are so many good authors on finance, and I want to listen to them. I want to learn from them.
Well, you're one of them, Professor. So please do share your link for your free resource in the comments. Yeah. Our friends would love to have a look.
Okay.
Yeah, you can help them for sure. Chris, right. I don't know if I mentioned you, Chris. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. To everyone who's giving us your time, we appreciate you all. So this is the first of a series of events on Missing Personal Code. So we hope you will join us again as we go forward.
Yes. Next time we shall be talking about more other business, other things on business, no?
Yeah. Well, next time, I think we're gonna have more of our co-authors here. So we get to meet them, we get to learn more of their insights, their experiences, and the top tips. Of course, the resources that they have that you can have that they want to give to people, you can have as well. So do join us. And most importantly, don't buy the book. Don't buy the book.
Yeah.
I will say, if you want to write your book, publish your book, and sell your book, then
if you want to write a book, the publisher is here.
Yeah.
The publisher is here, and is the publisher.
Again, part of my learning is you need to constantly improve your offering.
And you learn every day.
Yeah, of course, we learn every single day, Professor. We really do that. So part of what we're learning is how to help authors to raise money for their book. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're going to get your book for free. It just means that there's ways that we can get people to contribute to fund cost of your book. But now let's have a conversation if doing the book is part of your plan, your agenda, and then let's see what I can help you on your journey.
Annie, thank you so much for all your time, for showing up. Yeah. I think we have already, we didn't start on time.
Yeah.
So it's already 5:44. When I was showing up in two screens.
Yeah. I have no idea how long we've been on for. It's like, I don't know, normally somewhere on my screen there's some the time. But today I can't see the time. So.
But can you see the time? Can you see the time now?
No, I can't see how long. Okay, well, it's 1 hour 24 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good for us.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
So thanks to you, Professor. So thanks to you. You enjoy your evening.
Yes, enjoy your evening. Thank you so much. I appreciate your joining us.
We really do. You take care, my friends. Hopefully we get to speak to some of you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to play the other music, and then we shall outro music, and then we go off.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Professor.
Let's see. This is not. That one is not. Let's see what.
I get to sit back. Normally, I'm the one pressing all the buttons. It's nice to